We do have a shareholder with us, actually.
Yes. Yeah, some years ago we bought shares in at Carnival. One thing that's important to know, if you don't know it yet, is that if you're married like we are, or a family, it's only one person who can claim that per cabin. So there's no point in two people, like husband and wife, buying shares. So that's yeah.
Even if you both had 100 shares each, you would only qualify once.
Yes.
Wow, that is disappointing.
Yes,
that's weird that they would provide a disincentive.
Almost. Yeah, I don't understand that either. Unfortunately, our a cruise person is not called Raymond and is not that great. And so what happens is there's also this weird system. Is when you book your cruise, within a certain amount before you sail, you should do it at least 2 or 3 weeks before that. You have to fax and prove that you have that you are a shareholder. You can get that from your broker. But you can only fax it. You can't scan it in. You can't email it. You have to fax it. And you know how faxes work.
Yeah.
You don't know if they work. Yeah. So then the next thing you have to do is you have to email them and say, did you get our fax? So my husband did that, and our not Raymond didn't reply to him. And then we kind of forgot about it. And so we arrive here, and guess what? No shareholder credit. And so the next part of that was that we immediately went downstairs. It was great, by the way. If you ever want to get immediate guest services, do it at 3:00 in the morning. That was perfect.
Yeah. Or be platinum or diamond, because you got the express line.
Okay.
That works too.
So anyway, I talked to someone. She said there's nothing we can do about it. Send an email to your not Raymond. Next opportunity, a husband sends email to not Raymond and said, what's going on? And does not receive a reply. And then so we went back to the guest services. The next person from guest services said, well, the other thing that you could do is really what you should do, and here's a tip. You should always have a copy of your confirmation on you when you go to the ship, regardless. We learned that now. But so the next thing we can do, she said to us, and I wish the person at 3:00 in the morning would have said that to us, is why don't you just contact your broker and have them ship it to us? Well, by that time it was we didn't have any. Well, more than that, we didn't have access to Wi-Fi anymore, and buying extra Wi-Fi from Carnival so that maybe you get $100 for the last day of the cruise. That's just.
It's not practical.
Especially knowing how slow Carnival Wi-Fi is.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the moral of the story is always bring your shareholder confirmation with you, and don't bother having more than one person buy their shares.
You would think though that would be information readily available, with all the data mining that they so clearly do.
Yeah, how do they not know?
That should be everywhere, every single screen for anything that's done. Right. Shareholder, that should be a flag that pops up for every single bloody screen, because it's a shareholder. You want to make the shareholders happy because you want them to buy more shares. And you don't want them to offload.
Or to hold it long.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want them to offload their shares. You don't want to give them a reason to be like, you know what? You're not treating me like a shareholder should be treated. I'm going to dump my shares.
And that's exactly the situation that we're in right now. It's it's these experiences are not really worth it, and the Carnival shares are not that great right now, so we're probably going to sell them. And the other thing that's happening is that my husband told me that they're the people who deal with the shareholder stuff, they're their own little world apart, and nobody really communicates with them,
like the spa.
and I had the same impression when I was dealing with guest services. They kind of seemed like, oh no, we can't talk to them, and oh, it's why would you? You're right. Why would you do that? Why would you not kind of make it super easy and attractive to be a Carnival shareholder? I don't get it.
Well, I agree. I'm going to play devil's advocate. The shares that you own are in the Carnival parent company, not the Carnival itself. Yeah. Because Princess and the other lines that Carnival operates. And so, for one thing, I believe some of the benefits are different between the different lines, even though it's the same thing. But so they are somewhat different corporate entities to a degree.
Yes.
And given the fact that one is sort of the parent company and that they are publicly traded, there might need to be some either structural, organizational, or maybe regulatory reason why they're limited in how they can communicate with each other. I don't know.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, it's one of the things that underscores that is that we get how Holland and Princess. I mean, it's all Carnival, right? And so, but clearly, they never acknowledge that. Like, you have to actually know that. Mm-hmm. And like, for example, I get tons and tons of email from Carnival, like, at least 3 a week. We went with Holland once, and they have never followed up with us. So they clearly have like totally different kind of like, they're different people.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, I think they see themselves as serving different client bases, and so they probably tailor it in different ways if their audience is a little different.